Welcome to Module I, communicating with an animal who is present. So, it's time to start those conversations. We're going to begin with an animal who is in our presence. So you can start with your own animal friends, and then if you're feeling friskies, move on to some of our wild friends. The birds, the squirrels, the voles, whatever. The first thing you want to do is ground and center and open up your heart. So go through the grounding and centering exercise that works best for you. Open your heart and ask that the communication be for the highest and best good of all involved. Ask that you be the clearest channel possible for the animal, releasing any blocks or preconceived notions you might have. You want to feel the energy signature and vibrational space, and then invite the animal to join you. And ask for a specific animal. You practiced with all your pets previously, so there was probably one that you felt the most connection with during your grounding exercise. Ask that one to be the first. Do it easy, make it easy on yourself. Let that be your first conversation. Of course, you're probably wondering, what do I gotta say? Well, this first conversation can be about anything. Look into your animal's eyes, or just be present, pet it. Let the energy flow between you. You might ask if your pet has anything to say to you. You can ask it something mundane like, how do you like your raw food, or how do you like your kibble? Keep it simple. You can solve the bigger problems of the world later when you get much better at this. Do you have a burning question for your pet? Hopefully not very esoteric. Very often, we want to know how our pet feels. So asking them how you feel can bring a variety of answers. They might say, I feel fine, when you know for a fact that your dog has been limping around for days. Since they don't look at the physical world in quite the same way we do, we have to ask more specific questions. They don't think of pain like we do. For them, it becomes part of their being. They're not worrying about the fact that they feel bad. So if your dog's been limping for a while, how do you feel? The response, I feel fine, would be appropriate. They do feel fine. They're not worrying about the fact that when they move, they limp, because they're in the moment. It just is. So your question should be fairly specific, such as, I notice you've been limping. Are you having trouble putting weight on one of your legs? Wait for the answer, and then ask the next question. The next question might query where discomfort is when putting weight in the leg. Is it in the joint, near the paw? Is it more around the hip? We have to be pretty specific. You may get a response in a variety of ways. Some people see pictures. Some get feelings and emotions. Some get words. When I started out, I got mostly words because I love words and I'm pretty verbally up there. As my skills increased, I started feeling emotions, and it was far easier for me to distinguish between one animal and another by the way they felt to me. So this one might be happy, this one might be really reserved, that one might be extremely sad. Sometimes I get pictures, but not often. People who are really good at finding lost animals, and I'm not one of them, often will see a picture of where the animal is located. That won't make any sense to the person, but is very relevant to the animal's caretaker. So have fun with this. You can play games with your pet while you're talking with them. You might ask them to think of a color and let you know what it is. Our cat Tolstoy loves playing that game with students. He and I agree on a color, and then the student asks what color it is and says the answer. So if you want to play the color game with your pet, or if you want to play with Tolstoy, let me know which pet you talked with and what color you got, and I'll tune in and confirm with your pet. Or you can just contact me and say, I'd like to try with Tolstoy. You can post on the Facebook page or email me directly about that. So what if you're talking with your animal and some other animal shows up? You might be talking with Blackie, but here comes Smurf. The animals are always talking with one another in the ether, although it may sometimes not look like it based on how they treat each other in the physical. So it may be that one animal was not ready to speak and that the other actually had something more pressing that they wanted to share with you. You can certainly ask for a reason, but make sure you respect that answer. Maybe the first animal was just too shy or so surprised that he was speechless in that moment. Or maybe Smurf is going to be Blackie's spokescat for that particular day. It doesn't happen that often that a requested animal defers to someone else, but it sometimes does. And usually sometimes the animal who pops in over the other is really excited about something, and they want to tell you. And the animals have no problem trading their time with people. They're not like, oh, get out of my way. So share what you're getting. The first time you really hear your pet, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the most exciting moments I can imagine. So share it. Share it with all of us. I'd love to see about your experience on Facebook and celebrate your success. If you feel like maybe you got something but you're not sure, share that too. Because chances are you're on the right track. A large part of animal communication is trusting what you hear and you see and you feel. So share what you're getting. Ask questions of your fellow students and of me, and enjoy the process. Practice with your animal right next to you until it feels good. Then go on to the next module, which will explore communication with an animal that's not present or is at a distance. Have fun!